Hello, this is Craig Anderson, librarian in real life, coming to you from lovely Union, New Jersey. I realize I haven't done one of these video blogs in a while. I hope you'll all forgive me, and I promise to try and make them a little bit more frequent now, which I do every time. Sorry. But today I'm going to talk to you about copyright, and I know copyright is very boring. Nobody's really thrilled with discussion of copyright, but the reason that I'm interested in talking about it is that I read an article this morning. It was posted by Ellen Burden Parker, and it was about an upcoming sequel to this book, The Catcher in the Rye. I'm sorry that I couldn't find for you the more familiar red and gold edition. That one's out. But yes, a man named Frederick Colton, aka John David California, has produced a sequel to The Catcher in the Rye, and he is being sued by J.D. Salinger, who is still alive, for ripping off his, landmark novel. And I've had a special interest in copyright, especially recently, since I do, and I hope this isn't too rude, I do have a copyrighted character tattooed on my arm. And as you well know, I didn't create this character. I didn't inscribe this drawing. This character was created by Walter Elias Disney in 1928. And I think you all know that. I think if I were to produce a Mickey Mouse book nowadays, none of you would suddenly think, oh, well, Craig Anderson in lovely Union, New Jersey produced that character. You know that it's a Disney character, right? The way that the original copyright law was written, authors and creators would hold copyright over a work for 28 years, which they could then renew for another 28 years, making a grand total of 56 years. I didn't actually do that math myself. Anyway. So by those standards, Mickey Mouse would now be in the public domain. However, that law was amended by the Copyright Act of 1976, which extended copyright to 50 years after the death of the original creator, which was done just to make sure that that creator would get the recognition for that work all through their life, but also so that some of that recognition would extend to their children or possibly grandchildren. That law was amended in 1998 by this guy. So now it is 70 years after the death of the author. So by those requirements, Mickey Mouse would not be in the public domain, and I think there's some special part of that law that was written to account for corporate mascots and company-owned images, things like that. So yeah, Mickey Mouse is not in the public domain, and back in the old days, this wasn't quite so much of a problem. Authors used to rip each other off all the time. It was considered to be, there was a craft to it, to taking a familiar work and then putting a new spin on it, rehashing it and making it better. And I think that is a valid argument. I think that there is a benefit to taking well-known characters and well-known works and, giving them a new spin. I don't think that if I were to write a Mickey Mouse novel today, that was something that I don't think that the estate of Walt Disney would be affected by that. I don't think if somebody were to take write a love story between Darth Vader and Chewbacca, I don't think George Lucas's estate would hurt from that. I don't think if somebody were to rewrite a version of Twilight that were actually, good, I don't think Stephenie Meyer would be affected by this. I think that we do need to kind of reconsider our copyright laws and the way that they're written, because in a lot of cases today, it's just not. It's more about the corporate entity, behind the copyright than it is about the authors. As I said before, the original law was written for 28 years plus 28 years. And I think that, if the author hasn't written anything new or, taken those characters or that work in any different directions for 56 years, I think that they deserve to have somebody else have a crack at it. If somebody else can do something to improve a work or to put a new put a new spin on it, I think they should be able to do that. And to that end, there is the Creative Commons licenses. Let me get that a little closer. There we go. And the Creative Commons licenses were designed to allow creators to copyright their work, but in ways that were less restrictive than the current copyright law, because I think a lot of people do agree that the current copyright law is a little strict. But with the Creative Commons copyright, an author can produce their work and say, yeah, you can reproduce this just as long as you give me a credit on it, or just as long as when you share it with other people, you extend to them the same freedoms that I've extended to you, or that you make no profit on it. There are a lot of different ways. There's also copyleft, which I probably should have researched a little bit more before I started this podcast. Copyleft, copyright, get it. So, as usual, I'm interested to hear what you think. You can email me at cjanders@kane.edu, or you can comment down here underneath this entry, and I look forward to hearing from you, because I'm interested in hearing what other people have to say about this. I could be wrong. Maybe there are other implications that I hadn't considered. So until then, I will see you hopefully next week, and peace out.